Alright, before we get started with this video, um, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. But yeah, now that I've said that, this is my Arbiter build so far on the Rework that was just released on console yesterday, the day before yesterday, I don't know, whenever I release this video. So yeah, here's my Arbiter. We'll get started with character sheet. Alright, so for my contribution points, dexterity and intelligence, crit severity and damage bonus. For the race, I went Gith for the extra 5% combat advantage, and also just the extra stamina regen, but mainly for the 5% combat advantage, and because I like the way the Gith looks. For my boons, this is obviously different now, very different. I'm running mainly HP, power, and then all the offensive stats, and mainly just one defense, and then everything else is just all offensive boon stats. And then for my tier 5 boons, I went with the Forte and basically action point gain, since there is no crit severity anymore. I went with the Forte, and since I am an Arbiter, obviously we have low cooldowns anyways, so there's no point of recharge speed either. And for the Master Boon, Focus Retaliation is now garbage for DPSs, unless you're running like PvP build or something like that. I went with Bloodlust. This is probably the best Master Boon, honestly. This is alright, but this is chance on kill. This is chance on encounter. As a DPS Arbiter, we're mainly bossing anyways, so Bloodlust would be the go-to. Stronghold boons, I'm running critical strike bonus, defense bonus, and honestly mount speed bonus. But if I'm running any type of content, I would just put on healing potion bonus or rest sickness. And if I am running Zaryo, obviously revive sickness. If I'm running Tom or something, healing potion bonus. Alright, now to the gear. Obviously in the new rework, everything plays a role into your stats, so I'm going to go over everything. For my utilities, I am running Darks. For the Forte, for the Arbiter, Forte is power, crit severity, and whatever else, who really cares. The third stat doesn't really matter anyways, so I am running Darks for the combined rating and also the 300 Forte in my utilities. For my defensive slots, I still kept my Radiance on, and my bar shield is the same still. For some reason, the bar shield hasn't been updated or nerfed yet. We haven't received that patch, so it's still 256,000. My main hand, obviously my offensive stats, I'm running a set bonus of 2 things. I'm running tacticals and a few assassins. Since I already had tacticals, I decided not to replace my tacticals, and the only things I did replace were just like some of my brutals. I mean, not my brutals, my radiance with the radiant exchange. So yep, I've kept tacticals in for the combat advantage and the combined rating. And then for my weapon enchant, I'm using the Vorpal for the critical strike and crit severity. Oh, the main hand obviously is Conflagrate. And then the offhand, I'm running obviously same thing, but the modification is Forte for the extra, like I said, power, crit severity, and whatever the third use of stat. And then I have one crit strike. Moving on from that, I'm still running Arstein leggings because it's still 5% damage. I'm running this helmet, the helmet of the Skyblazer, because it gives me 7% combat damage against one mob or a single target. So during boss fights, this is where it's really good, especially bosses that don't spawn in mobs. For the chest piece, I am running the Rib Cage for the 2.5% crit severity and critical strike, which is basically 12.5% at all times if you're in combat, basically. And for the artifact set, I'm still running the music box set. I didn't change anything. Basically, I didn't change any of my gear but my pants. I did switch my pants out for the velvet pants for the extra accuracy and combat advantage, and it also gives you the extra equip bonus. Sorry about that. Extra equip bonus And my 2 rings, I'm running Bypass Gold Ring for the combat advantage, and Ebonized Raid Ring for also the critical strike. And as you see, they both have combat advantage modifications. All of my gear has combat advantage modifications that I can put them in. I am still using my 3 books, obviously, because 3 books are overpowered, so why the hell not? Here is my resting stats. This is what I look like, nothing buffed. And here is what I would look like if I do buff. Whereas my inventory is a mess, so yep. So I use Superior Flask of Potency, Wildstorm Elixir, and Watermelon Sorbet. And this is my stats currently: 85% power, 7.4%, 74% combat advantage, 70% crit strike, and also I do swap this out for, yes, I do use overloads, crit chance and accuracy. And here is my stats currently. And I was trying to get both of these to 90% while I'm in combat, but it wasn't working. So I got combat advantage to 89.3% and critical strike to 85.8. I think it's 82.5 or 85.5%. So yeah, let's test it out. Just to show you guys. Oh, I forgot something important. Sorry about that. My companion. So, like I was saying, my companion I'm rocking is the Icosahedron for the bonus critical strike, combat advantage, and power. And my companion pieces I'm running are Blessed Grimoire of the Companion, Blessed Grimoire of the Companion, and 1 combat advantage piece. The only reason why I'm not running the Blessed combat advantage piece is because I think it's offensive defense, and it's pretty garbage, so yeah. For the Runestones, I'm using Enigmatic and 1 Profane, and then the rest of them are Enigmatics and then 2 Empowereds. And these give you obviously 600 power and 160 combat rating, and so does the Enigmatics, and so does the Profane. And then for my companion enhancement, this is important as well. I'm using Acute Senses. If you can see right here, chance on hit increase your combat damage by up to 7.5%, and your companion's critical avoidance by up to 7.5%. So we're not worried about the companion critical avoidance, we're worried about the combat advantage you get by itself. So if I do hit a mob right here, you'll see that my combat advantage will go up. Give me 1 second. See that? It's at 89.3%. And that's just because I attacked. And I'm in combat with this one mob. It's always at 89.3%. And you see my critical severity here at 89.2% already. And as you see my crit strike, since I haven't used any of my procs yet, it's at 75% resting. With my buffs, obviously. So the way I get my power up to 90% is by escalating might from my arms. So if I just keep attacking, now my power should be at 90%. And then you see that here, my power is at 90%, critical severity is at 89.2, and combat is at 82.3. And every time I attack, like with an at-will, obviously it goes up. And the thing is, I get out of combat instantly, so it doesn't stay up. But if I was in combat, obviously, this does last 15 seconds. So since my Icosahedron is always near me, every time I hit, I'm always going to have 89.3% combat advantage. So yeah. And then now for my companion bonuses, I am running Black Dragon. Oh, is this Black Dragon? Yep. Black Dragon Milestone for the 7.5% crit chance. Alchemist Discipline for the 3.8% critical chance, the 3.8% combat advantage, and the combined rating. Obviously, combined rating is very important. Combined rating is really important in this game now because combined rating basically gives you all of your stats. So yeah. Right. And my universal slow, I am running Phase Spider as well for 3.8% critical chance and combat advantage. Stoldorf for the 7.5% combat advantage, and Dancing Blade for 3.8% crit severity and combat advantage. I honestly can shave so much combat advantage, I mean critical severity, but I don't have another companion that will give me critical chance and combat advantage, and I need the combat advantage to be almost capped, so that's one of my problems right now. But to mounts, here's my mounts. So I'm still rocking Dominant Force. I didn't change basically anything in my mounts but like 3 things. Still rocking Dominant Force. And my collars are still epic. I didn't take any of my collars off. And I basically just replaced my Brutality insignias with skill insignias, as you see here. And as you can see, I'm rocking 3 Gladiator's Guiles, 1 Combatant's Maneuver, and Artificer's Persuasion. This honestly doesn't work on an Arbiter, so it's really a waste. But I have it there just to have it. Since none of our encounters are controlling powers, we don't really affect it, so yeah. But now that we're done with that, here's what I look like in combat, basically. So I'm just gonna try to get my stacks up here. Here's what I'm looking like right now. And I think it can go up higher. Nope. So yeah, this is basically around the ballpark that I'm rocking in right now. I can't get it any higher. If I could, I would. I'm trying to find ways to get all this to 90%. I can get my crit strike to 90%, but I can't get my combat advantage to 90%. So I don't know what's more important. I could just swap this out for crit chance and where did it go? Which one was I rocking? Flame Sprite. I could just rock crit chance and accuracy and just have 90% crit almost. See, there it is. And I could just stay like this, perfect. Which I'm probably gonna stay like this anyways, to where I have almost 90% crit. So yeah.